Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we do have the awakened Belinda here. She looks quite savage when we do the test run. You'll see in a sec, but quickly, before we get into it, I look weird because I got one ear out. Because I just put the kids down, I got the door open listening in case they wake up. So that's why I look like an absolute weirdo, which is pretty much every video anyway. But hey, let's get into it. So ultimate skill. Now, early predictions, I think she's going to be savage. I think she's even going to be viable in campaign. I just think the damage that she's going to bring is huge. That's my early hot take prediction, but I don't know. Also, before we get into the actual skills, the other thing that I have to show you guys, because it looks absolutely wicked. I'm not a huge fan of doing Belinda, but if we go here to the splash screen when it's animated, it's not animated. I don't know how to make it animated. I don't think I can here, but the splash screen is really cool animated. I really like it. Highly rate it. Best thing about Belinda, but even if she's top tier, I don't think I'm going to summon for Belinda. I just can't bring myself to do it. But hey, let's check out her skills. Like I said, I feel like early hot take, she's going to be very viable. All right, Belinda summons the Divine Flame to cleanse the battlefield, damaging all enemies by 230% of her attack. She's then possessed by the Divine Flame for 10 seconds, increasing her attack rating by 5% every second up to 50%. If Belinda uses the skill while already possessed, it will extend the possession by 10 seconds and deal extra AoE damage equal to 190% of her attack to all enemy heroes. So basically, you don't want her. The way I understand it is that if the 10 seconds runs out, she loses that buff. But if it keeps renewing, then she's just going to keep that 50% buff and she's just going to nuke everything. Then we have the skills for this one. If Cleansing Flame damages an enemy multiple times over 2 seconds, the damage will be increased by 15% each time. And then if Belinda is possessed, the fewer enemies there are, the more extra damage the skill will deal, up to 230%. So basically just the Shimura type signature item effect. Then we have Blinding Blaze. Belinda scorches Belinda scorches an enemy with, I was going to say scorches the earth. It just came to my head when I was reading. Belinda scorches an enemy with a brilliant flame, damaging them for 200% of her attack rating and burning them for 6 seconds. When a burnt enemy takes damage, they will lose health equal to 100% of Belinda's attack rating over the next 1 second. This effect can trigger up to 2 times every 1 second, so it's a bunch of extra damage in the end. If Belinda is possessed by the Divine Flame, Blinding Blaze will deal AoE damage to the target and all nearby enemies. So I believe that's the pulsing damage or even the initial hit. I'm not too sure exactly how that's going to work, whether it's the pulsing AoE burn damage or whether it's the initial hit does it and then they all get burnt. I'm not too sure exactly. When a burnt enemy takes damage, these are the signature item skill ups. When a burnt enemy takes damage, they will lose health equal to 120% of the attack, so it's just an increase there. When a burnt enemy takes damage, they will lose health equal to 140% of Belinda's attack rating. When Blinding Blaze damages an enemy, it will also dispel one of their buffs. It's actually not too bad of an effect. If Belinda is possessed by the Divine Flame, Blinding Blaze will create 1 additional flame. This is where I think she can have insane spread damage as well. So I think she's going to have some serious AoE capabilities. Definitely demonic entity, like top tier for that. Calling it. All right. Belinda brands an allied hero with a sacred sigil for 12 seconds. A hero with a sigil damages nearby enemies for 190% of Belinda's attack rating every 3 seconds. A portion of the healing the hero receives will be stored up by the sigil, up to 30% of Belinda's max health. Whenever Belinda takes damage that exceeds 10% of her max health, she will consume a sigil to negate the damage and receive the healing stored in the sigil. So basically, this is what I'm not sure about. Like, what if only like 1% of her health is stored in the sigil and it keeps getting restored by 1%? Does that mean she keeps taking the sigil at 1% but negating the damage so she gets infinite negates? I don't know. I feel like the wording is funny. I don't think it'll work like that, but if it does, it's broken. When Belinda is possessed by the Divine Flame, she will automatically receive a sacred sigil and will not need to cast the skill to use it. So it sounds like this bit sounds like it in general she's got to cast it, but I think she's going to be possessed by the Divine Flame most of the time. So she's just going to get it. So I don't think that's really, I feel like that's kind of null and void, but not too sure. So this is the furniture skill ups, I believe. Whenever there is an active sigil, whenever there is an active sigil, whenever Belinda deals a divine damage, she will recover health equal to 50% of the damage. Now the divine damage thing comes in the next skill that we'll take a look at. Each active sigil increases Belinda's crit rating by 5 and crit damage amplification by 5. Also, that's going to be very relevant when we look at the next skill. Belinda's skills deal 50% divine damage and 50% flame damage. Divine damage cannot crit, but ignores the enemy's defense and resist. Flame damage always crits, and each point of Belinda's crit rating increases the damage dealt by 0.4%. So the fact that she stacks the crit rating, it also increases her damage. While Belinda is possessed by the divine flame, both her divine and flame damage will benefit from other damage type effects. So basically, when she's got her buff, which I feel like she's just going to have all of the time unless she's hard CC'd, she's just basically going to be dealing guaranteed crit, defense ignoring damage with heavy crit scaling, plus she'll be 50% attack increased. She's going to be a monster. Flame damage increased by Belinda. Flame damage increases Belinda's attack rating by 30%. And then this is the 60 engraving. After Belinda has been possessed by the Divine Flame for a total of 12 seconds, she will no longer use normal attacks, and the duration of her possession will be extended by 40%. So she just becomes like a bring the flame, like she just becomes a hell flame thing. Anyway, let's get onto this one, her awakening passive. All attribute buffs and energy recovery Belinda receives from her allies are increased by 10%. So from her allies, I think that doesn't mean her own buffs are increased, but it's definitely nice getting a 10% increase on energy and buffs. When an ally helps Belinda's when an ally helps Belinda recover energy, she will grant them the Blaze of Glory effect for 8 seconds. Whenever an ally with this effect uses an active skill, it will trigger a cleansing flame, damaging the target and nearby enemies for 190% of Belinda's attack rating. Every 4 times Blaze of Glory is used, Belinda will become possessed by the Divine Flame or have her current possession extended by 5 seconds. And the divine damage she deals will be permanently increased by 2%. And I think this just infinitely stacks. So you can see where she's going to become an absolute monster of a damage dealer. It's just a matter of if she's too slow with the ramp up. But dude, this is going to be so much damage potential. So let's go ahead and take a look. Also, sorry I sound quiet. Like I said, the kids are sleeping, so trying to be quiet. But here we go. Let's put on 1x speed. So that's the allies buff. That's her attacks. This is the ult. Now the ult looks way cooler on my phone because it's narrower, but you know, we don't like narrow screens because like it's just a really narrow thing to put on the screen. So I wish they would just expand that, kind of like Joker's takes up the full screen. But as you can see, she just nukes. Watch her on 4x speed. It's pretty satisfying actually. Yeah, it's quite satisfying. Just like nukes for days. Let's see. All right, let's get out. Let's get out of that. Let's jump over here. Let's jump in. All right, Belinda. Now I just want to try her with you. And wait, let's do like you there. I want to see if she can just get to it and nuke. She gets there pretty quick. Yeah. I mean, enough said. Like these are obviously horrible tests to do it on, like because you got no deficit. What if we just do this? Will she get an ult? She's got the protection. Alright, let's try jumping the Hendrik, but the Thane's gonna stun her and she's gonna die. Let's just try it. Yes. Let's put her down here, maybe. Yeah, okay. Can't do it by herself, but dude, like, this is not harsh scaling it at all. But like, yeah, I feel like she's gonna be a monster. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, that is gonna be it for Belinda. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.